On the 21st, as a military reaction to North Korea's fifth nuclear test, the U.S. again sent two long-range strategic combat B-1B Lancer to the Korean peninsula and performed an armed demonstration against North Korea. In particular, two B-1Bs, armed with missiles, arrived at Osan Air Base via the U.S. military's Yonpyong firing range, Rodrigues Training Center, in Pochin, Gyeonggi-do, about 30 kilometers from the military demarcation line, MDL, and the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, who proposed the nuclear and missiles, sent a stern message of warning to North Korea, targeting the chairman of the Workers' Party. It can be noted that this is the first time an American bomber has selected a fly route to the northernmost point-like way. As part of the United States' continuous and unshakable commitment to the defense of the Republic of Korea, a U.S. Air Force B-1B combat strategy took out from Andersen Air Base on Guam and landed at Osan Air Base today, stated USFK Command. The two B-1Bs flew over the Eastern Front and Yonpyong firing range south of the MDL, then arrived over Osan Air Base at 1:10 p.m., keeping alternate distance and flying low. It has been 8 days since the 13th. The U.S. has sent B-1Bs to the Korean peninsula. It was observed that the fact that he flew over the U.S. military's shooting range at Pochin, with several missiles and bombs intended at destroying the subterranean facility, was a warning that he may carry out bombing operations against North Korea in an emergency. Among the two B-1Bs flying under escort were two Korean F-15Ks and two U.S. Air Force S-16s. The first departed for the Guam base, while the following one flew and landed at Osan Air Base. The B-1B's landing in South Korea was unprecedented, and it was perceived to imply a determination to punish North Korea for its fifth nuclear test. The connection between the Republic of Korea and the United States is robust and powerful, and the strength of this vow will not be disturbed by North Korea's hostile activities, said Lieutenant General Thomas Bergeson, commander of the 7th Air Force, strongly suggests the deployment of new strategic weapons. The ROK-US alliance is gaining stronger by the day, and we are fully prepared to safeguard and maintain security on the Korean peninsula and in the region, he added. The Korean peninsula is experiencing a serious security crisis due to North Korea's fifth nuclear test and submarine-launched ballistic missile (SLBM) launches, which were carried out despite the concerns of the international community, said Lee Wang-jun, commander of the Air Force. Force Operations Command. We shall remove the desire and capacity to trigger more provocations. Based on knowledge of this circumstance, the ROK-US Joint Air Force maintains tight intelligence sharing and a strong capability to execute joint missions, stated Commander Lee. Nicknamed the Death Swan because of its swan-like design, the B-1B was one of the United States' three strategic bombers, along with the B-52 Stratofortress and B-2 Spirit. The B-1B, a supersonic bomber, has a maximum speed of Mach 2, making it the fastest of the three strategic bombers. The ability to mount conventional weaponry is also the greatest and may bombard the adversary with a big quantity of bombs. Unlike the B-52 and B-2, the B-1B did not carry a nuclear weapon. It was initially constructed as a nuclear bomber, but in compliance with the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty, START, between the United States and Russia, the nuclear bomb loading device was phased out in 2011. The B-1B is not nuclear armed, but can carry out carpet bombing with powerful conventional bombs, including the Joint Direct Attack Munition, JGAM, and has stealth capabilities, thus dealing a critical blow to the North Korean leadership. Emergency state. Flying at full speed, it could bomb Pyongyang within 2 hours of taking off from the Guam base. This bomber can carry the largest number of guided and unguided weapons of any force in the Air Force and can rapidly deploy a large number of precision and non-precision weapons against an adversary anywhere and at any time, USFK said. the flight that took place on the 13th, and the military leadership explained that this is only the first step to further strengthening the ROK-US alliance. The B-1B, which is deployed on the Korean Peninsula this time around, was deployed from Ellsworth Air Force Base in South Dakota, USA to a base in Guam early last month. Some say that the U.S. 7th Air Force B-1B, which landed at Osan Air Base, will be open to the public on Air Power Day, a unit public event from the 24th to the 25th. There are also observations. It is known that the U.S. is considering a plan to increase the level of military pressure on North Korea by deploying B-2s and B-52s, respectively, on the Korean Peninsula following the B-1Bs. In the middle of next month, the U.S. nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, Ronald Reagan, CVN-76, will participate in joint exercises with the ROK-US Carrier Strike Group in the West Sea and the southern seas of Jeju Island to practice striking North Korea's main facilities.